Howdy, Eagles fans. Welcome back to the podcast. This is where you'll find your information from the athletic side of things for Brazos Christian School. Coach, this is episode 4, and I feel like we've reached a point where it's time to reveal the name of the podcast. What do you think?
I think you're right, Brian.
Okay, so we're going to let a few people down as we do this because this didn't come via the interwebs or email. It was to give them the backstory. We were sitting in my office. It was you and I and Coach Huggins, and you had the epiphany, I believe, and then everybody else. It was like that light bulb moment where it just goes off, and we just thought, "This is the one." Mm-hmm. And so I forget what we were talking about, but you said something like, "We're just winging it." And I think you and I looked at each other and like instantly knew,
right,
winging it.
I think the winging it might mislead people. I think it's clever and catchy, but the truth is, even if we call this podcast Winging It or Winging It, people need to understand that the preparation that we put in this podcast is unparalleled.
Unparalleled.
Hours upon hours of research, practice,
Yes.
voice lessons,
Yep.
facial exercises, just to maintain our appearance.
Yeah.
A lot of work. So
Yep.
even though it's winging it, I mean, thorough preparation.
Correct. So I think we're officially naming it the Winging It Podcast.
Winging it. It's done.
Love it. All right. So, but we do thank those that suggested names and sent emails and did all the things we asked. Maybe we still hand out the prize we had in mind and just give it to the runner-up. But I don't know how they'll take that, being the competitors that they are. Like, hey, I got the second place trophy.
Well, at the end of the day, you have to go with what's best. And unfortunately, the people that submitted ideas, they weren't the best.
No.
I mean, in athletics, it's a meritocracy, right?
Absolutely.
And we got to do it the same way here. So
This is merit-based. Yes.
and it has nothing to do with us coming up with it. It just so happens that it was the best idea.
Sounded really good.
Right.
Sounded really good. And with that milestone, we have kind of entered a new realm. We have our first interview today. We'll put that at the end. We pre-recorded it. A senior, Mr. Grant Bame, joined us in studio today, so we're looking forward for everybody to hear that. Had some really good insights. As you said, another handsome guy.
Another handsome guy.
I mean,
Just an endless supply of them here at Brazos Christian.
absolutely. Well, just to give you an update where we're at. It is springtime. Springtime's always really crazy from the athletic side of things, and it's kind of winding down as seasons end up. I think we've mentioned, with the tennis team, with Landry Daniels playing in the championship game, and in baseball winning districts. Well, they just punched their ticket to the regional playoff.
I think that's an understatement, Brian.
Yeah, it was pure dominance.
I can't even add up what the total runs. I mean, 17 plus 17. Who knows how many runs that is?
That's a lot of runs.
I can't even do the math.
That's a lot of math. But they did. They dominated. They had played a 3-game series, which I think I mentioned before is exciting. From the baseball guy in me, likes the series, just kind of the endurance of that it takes. But for those guys that dominate the way they did, I mean, it was pure cinema to watch. But they handled Westbury Christian, and up next is a formidable opponent. They very good team, good program history. First Baptist out of Pasadena. We're currently working through those details, but it will be next week. Don't know if it'll be a single game or another 3-game series, but stay tuned to that. And the other thing too was we had a pretty successful regional track meet.
Yeah,
I would say
sure did.
We had a lot of athletes. I think it's 13 of the 23, so really good outcomes there. You'll learn this when you hear the interview with Grant Bame, but he won the whole darned thing with a throw of over 50 feet. And
Not the whole track meet.
yeah, well,
But I would have given him the track meet for his throw.
Same.
But he's the winner of the shot put, gets 10 points for the team, but
Yeah.
school record 51 and change.
Yeah. yeah.
51-10, I think, which
Yeah.
is Really impressive.
It was really good. But the rest of the team did really, really well. State track meets coming up next weekend. So next Friday and Saturday, we will be out there. Don't forget Eagle Mania coming up.
Can't wait. This would be a good time for an Eagle Screech as well.
Okay, I think we got it.
He told me not to look at the camera, so I wanted to
I
look
did.
directly into the camera. Sorry, Mr. Pouch.
We're having a little fun there. We're just winging it. But no, we got Eagle Mania coming up May 14th, Thursday evening. Tickets are already on sale. Make sure you get those. The links have been in the newsletters. So make sure you get your tickets. I know the early bird period ended as of yesterday, so today's May 1st. But you still have a chance to bring your family, enjoy Powder Puff football, Powder Puff volleyball with the guys. And that's one thing I wish I would ask Grant Bame was kind of his predictions on that.
That would have been good.
So I'll ask you. I mean, you've kind of been setting up the format. Who do you see as the Powder Puff favorite?
Man, that's tough. I'm gonna lean towards probably the seniors, just because for one reason, and that is Hallie Jacobus. Gritty. She's just going to give her all that we know. So I think she's going to be a force offensively. I think she'll probably have a bigger impact defensively, but just sheer will. I'm probably leaning towards the seniors.
Okay. And the true unknown, because I think this is the first time we've done it in a while, is the Powder Puff volleyball game with boys. I mean, if you've ever seen untrained boys play volleyball, it's a lot like watching a baby giraffe or a baby deer try to run.
A total mess.
Yeah, total mess. So I
But
feel like
comedy gold.
comedy
though.
gold, yes. My prediction, I think, would be maybe the junior boys. Not to short the seniors,
Right.
but I feel like the junior boys will have a solid game plan. They have a few more guys that can jump a little higher than some of the other guys.
Well, it's going to depend on how well these girl volleyball players coach them up. Now, athletically, I think that's a great choice, but you can't forget like how difficult it might be for some of these boys just to serve it. Like
True.
I can see them hitting it out of bounds and then returning a serve. That I think that's going to be the hard part for them.
Well, I think a lot of volleyball purists are going to cringe at the underhand serves that are going to be coming across the net. But in that vein, you talk about the athleticism. I just want to. We had senior chapel this morning, which is kind of the beginning of the last things for our seniors classes. They prepare for graduation in the next couple of weeks. And I just want to call out a teacher who really I feel like slighted our senior.
Call them out. That's what this show is for.
Yes. Everybody knows him as Mr. Durham. Great teacher, but he kind of undersold the athletic ability of this class. He called them an academic-minded class.
I don't know if he undersold them. I think it was like, I think it was done on purpose, Brian.
Yeah, that's like a trigger word. Like
He insulted.
didn't even mention their ability to
Not one word.
compete on a football field, the basketball courts, the volleyball court. I mean, unbelievable. So, Mr. Durham, we would like a public apology to our senior class at some point.
Yes.
And this is the test to see if you're actually watching. So if you're watching, call Mr. Durham out. You know what? Smart kids. I'm not taking away from the academic ability of those kids, but I think he really undersold our kids' ability as a senior class.
I agree with you, and I too am greatly disappointed.
Just shaking my head in disgust.
My stomach hurts.
Yeah, right. I can't take it. But anyway, enough of that. Again, episode 4, we're winging it. Grant Bame's our first interview. Coach, it's been a busy spring. With preparation for summer. We've released our summer programming. People are starting to sign up for that. One of the things that in my time here that I've seen increase year over year, and before I get too deep into that, this year it's really kind of ramped up a lot. Is the idea of our kids getting recruited. And this is year 6 for me. We've had a couple kids. I think about Levi Hancock. We had a big ceremony for him. He was a preferred walk-on to to be a long snapper at A&M for football. And then just kind of that was the tipping point for us to really start to be noticed, I think, and we've had other athletes previously sign things, but I'm just speaking to the time that I've had here. We had last year's senior group was an incredible athletically minded group, Mr. Durham, and had a number of kids from the football team to basketball to baseball, softball kids that were just being recruited. And it was really fun to watch that progression go. I think we had 3 kids sign. We had a Division II baseball player, Division III softball player, an AI basketball player, and several other kids had opportunities that they were recruited, being offered. I mean, legitimate offers. We had a couple D2 football offers for some of our guys. And so to see that kind of maybe open the eyes to the recruiters a little bit that, hey, and maybe to our students, like, hey, we've got quality athletes here. We got quality coaches. Talk about what you've seen since you've been here. I know we've had a number of schools here. What's that interactions been like for our kids that you've seen?
Before we even start down that path, I want to address a misconception that a lot of people have. And that misconception, especially as it pertains to football, is that if you want to get recruited, you have to play at the big schools. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say that couldn't be farther from the truth, because ultimately what these scouts are looking for is, does the kid have the ability to do what we want him to do or need him to do at the next level? So if a kid has the ability, it really doesn't matter necessarily the competition that he's playing. Mm-hmm. It's whether or not he possesses the qualities that they're looking for, the right frame, is he athletic, is he explosive, all that good stuff. So at Brazos Christian, I feel like we're kind of like the hot school right now. We've got a lot of attention right now, and
I mean, Power 5.
Right. I think it's Power 4 now.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
There's all the weird
I just
stuff.
dated myself. Power 4.
But if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as football goes, I believe last week was the first time a Division I football coach has even been on campus. Notwithstanding the A&M coaches.
Yeah, just had kids here. Yeah. No, I could attest to that for sure. Yeah.
So last week we had Baylor. They were the first to come. We had TCU here this morning. We've had North Texas, Houston. When I was at the track meet, Lamar and Houston Christian came. My apologies if I'm forgetting someone, but we've had at least 10 thus far. I know Monday we get Oregon State and Boise State as well. So really exciting.
Yeah.
I think, kids that see that, it generates buzz and excitement. Yeah. And I think for those that are outside of BCS, which means Brazos Christian School, for those that didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think you can look to Brazos Christian as a legitimate option as far as sports are concerned. Everything you want to accomplish, if you want to be an athlete that goes to the next level, it can be done here, and we are proving that right now.
Right. Yeah. No. It's been great to see. I mean, I know most of the schools you talked about were here for football purposes, but we're looking at some of our kids starting to get some basketball offers, right. and I think baseball recruiting's picking up a little bit. And
we've got multiple basketball offers.
Offers. We've got some legitimate athletes, and it's exciting to see. Like you said, I think it opens people's eyes to, like, hey, you don't have to go to the big school. You don't have to go to the 6A, 5A schools, because I recruited for 15 years. A good recruiter is going to find the talent. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I always had people asking me, as I kind of gotten older, the kids will ask, because the kind of the goal is Division I, mm-hmm. Which totally normal. I mean, that's right. The highest level you can get at the college game. Kids would, commonly ask me, like, am I Division I? And I never got into answering like, yeah, you're Division I, or hey, you're probably Division II, or you're Division III. I always tell them, I said, well, if there's a Division I school out there like what you talked about, likes how you play, likes the attributes you have, well, then you're probably Division One.
Yeah. Well, and that's another important point too. Like a lot of people will enlist the help of, their coaches, which I believe a coach should help a kid reach that next level. But reaching the next level is not dependent on a coach or recruiter. Ultimately, it's dependent on the action that the student athlete takes. Yes. Are they working out hard enough? Are they doing the right things? Do they have the proper mindset? That is what is ultimately required. So if you show that you are capable, for the most part, they're gonna find you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would tell kids this too. Don't necessarily be married to Division One.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of mindsets that you'll see on Twitter with kids. It's like D1 or bust, that kind of thing. There are so many good schools out there at the other levels, Division II, Division III, NAIA, JUCO. I mean, you can't sit here and tell me that a team that won the Division III national championship, let's just say basketball, didn't feel less excited or less exuberant compared to who won it this year? Michigan won it this year in the men's basketball. You can't tell me those two groups.
Who won it?
Just kidding.
Michigan guy.
Michigan guy. Anyway, but those two, if you put them in the same room, their joy and their stuff's going to be the same. The experience might be slightly different, but I mean, so I would tell our kids, don't be married to Division One. Yes, that's your goal. I think everybody, you want to be at the highest level, but to sit there and say, if I don't get Division One, I don't want to do anything else. It's like, I think you're selling yourself short a little bit there.
Well, and get your foot in the door. That's the important thing, because if you're a late bloomer or you feel like you haven't reached your ceiling as an athlete and you don't go Division One, let's say it's Division II, Division III, there are examples in all sports of kids that develop at a certain school and then they have the opportunity with transfer portal and all that to take that next step. So there's a developmental component to recruiting as well. And it kind of the lower levels have become developmental leagues for D1. So get your foot in the door, go compete, and let's see what happens.
Right, absolutely. Because you don't want to sit there in 20 years and wonder what if.
No regrets.
No regrets. Well, with that, let's give them the first interview. I think the fans are going to enjoy the interview with Grant Bame. Very wise young man.
Wise beyond his years.
And
an old soul.
Old soul, absolutely. I think somebody called him an oak tree today.
This morning.
Yeah.
But I think that was more in reference to his size, which I don't know if that was a compliment or an insult.
Yeah.
So, you got to be careful with stuff like that these days.
Especially today's age. But he is a big, strong kid.
He is.
Strong kid.
He is.
You're looking forward to him competing at state track meet. But don't forget Eagle Mania, May 14th. Get your tickets.
Can't wait.
It's going to be an exciting night of some incredible powder puff football and scintillating talent on the volleyball court that we're going to call.
Can I make a confession?
Yes, absolutely.
Real quick, Brian.
Yes, please do.
Eagle Mania, such a great time. We all know this. Already, I mean, we're a week out, 2 weeks out.
Yes,
Eagle Mania.
2 weeks, yes.
Brian, I'm already having difficulty sleeping because I lay in bed and I just think of the excitement of Eagle Mania. And I'm sleep deprived right now because I am just so excited.
I mean, the anticipation is never ending. Like, it's just wait till we get there.
I look forward to that at the beginning of the school year. It's so much fun.
All right. And our Booster Club does a great job with that. So
that they do.
Which is another plug for Booster Club. Come join us. Put your name out there for the board. We've got some people transitioning off. There's opportunities there for our community to get involved and be a part of the awesome stuff that they do for our athletes, the equipment, the uniforms. They support our coaches well.
Absolutely.
And then this event is kind of the...
Round of applause for Booster Club. Mr. Pouch?
Mr. Pouch. Got it. All right. Well, with that, episode 4 is done until we get through the Grant Bame interview. But enjoy it. We'll see you, or maybe see you if you're watching, next week.
Well, and after we break the line of fans that are waiting for autographs and stuff, that'll take a minute. But we'll see some people out there too.
But we'll get there by lunch.
Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all very much. got senior Grant Bain with us. Grant has been a student at BCS since first grade, so he's got deep knowledge of what it's like to be a BCS Eagle. And we thought we'd bring him in for several reasons. One, because he's a great kid, but two, I feel like he's got some really good insight for those that are listening out there. But I'm going to turn it over to Coach Black, and here is our interview with senior Grant Bain.
Well, a thing that Brian and I, we're very handsome guys, right? And we'll be doing the show. Sometimes I get distracted by his handsomeness and vice versa. Same. So it's tough to deal with. But Grant, you too are a handsome fellow. How do you deal with handling your handsomeness?
Great question.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. Sometimes it is a bit overwhelming being so handsome, but I get by.
Okay, very good, very good. One of the reasons we want to talk to you, yes, you're a senior. You have a unique perspective about Brazos Christian, but we're also coming off of the regional track meet. Now, how did that go for you, Grant?
It went excellent. I won first in shot put by a little over 4 feet, so that was it was a really big day for me. It was really exciting going back-to-back regional champ and district champ.
I think the folks around the world right now that are listening, though, they may want to hear the distance that you threw. Could you share that with us?
It was 51 feet, 1 inch.
And that is a school record, ladies and gentlemen. Grant Bain breaking the school record 2 consecutive weeks, essentially, having his best throw of the year. I thought that's fantastic. So, Mr. Pouch, if we could get the applause sound right now.
Yep, that
would be great. And the eagle screech.
Maybe 2.
But, Brian, do you have any questions for Grant about what it means to be a student at BCS? Maybe a highlight or something?
Well, I'll say this, and I know this is there's a little slapstick going on in here, but I'm going to take it to a serious side here real quick because Grant Bain, for as long as I've been here, has gone through an incredible transformation. Dare I say, maybe coming in as a freshman, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe a little intimidated by hard work, maybe not real enthused to do those things, but as he's gone through his freshman year to his sophomore year, and then now where you're at now, incredible transformation. And to see you compete on the shot put platform, I think if you were a freshman doing that, you probably would have been like, let's just get through this. But to be able to see you approach the shot put the way you do, and then to give out the grunt that you do, I think it just speaks to the level of transformation you've gone through. So first of all, I'm really proud of that. And I know your parents are too. And I know Coach has kind of got to see and add to kind of your foundation. But what has been your favorite memory? Has there been a moment like, man, I really think back to this? Maybe it was a year, your freshman year or sophomore, or maybe it was this year. You're like,
and your appearance on this podcast, that can't count as your greatest memory. I know you'd probably be tempted to say that, but
it definitely would.
Other than this moment.
Well, first off, Brazos Christian is just so special. I have so many memories. The teachers and staff, they're just fantastic. It's just so set apart because I can really have a genuine relationship with my teachers and coaches that I don't think you get anywhere else. But if I had to pick one memory, it definitely come from football, and I think it would probably be beating CTCS and the bus ride home, because that was a long-awaited victory, and I was really looking forward to that.
What about the bus ride?
Yeah, let's talk about the bus ride.
Well, we were all just so excited we beat them. We were just blasting the turtle box. We were all standing up, and we were just singing and having a great time the whole way home.
Completely safe, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very safe.
Seat belts buckled.
The bus was not rocking side to side.
Well, so back to track, Grant. I want to kind of go over your routine, specifically after you threw a school record and a first place finish. Kind of how did your day go after that? How did you celebrate that victory?
We had a little bit of papados in the tent.
I remember that.
Very thankful.
A lot of papados.
A lot of papados, you could say that.
What was on the menu?
It was a shrimp po' boy.
Oh, nice.
It was fantastic. Big thank you to my parents for going to Papa Do's and getting that for me. That's my favorite restaurant. And so we were able to celebrate that way and then kind of kick it back and relax. I was done and just watch everybody kind of suffer and run and everything. So it was a good time.
What about the bus ride back from track? What's that like?
I'm pretty sure I took a long nap on that.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more laid back.
We made a stop at Buc-ee's in New Braunfels. What'd you have there?
You know, I was wondering if this would come up. Under your guidance, I was encouraged to purchase a beaver tail that was about the size of my head.
Yep.
And I will admit it was pretty life-changing. It was fantastic.
Were you able to eat it all?
I was.
Very good. I'm
That's
proud
impressive.
Of you, Grant. I am very proud
impressive.
of you. And ladies and gentlemen, the paddle tail at Buc-ee's, if you haven't had one, I highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
Buc-ee's is a sponsor of the show, by the way.
Wink, wink. We are looking for sponsors. No, not really. Well, Grant, I know like today was senior chapel, and it's kind of that beginning of the end of your high school era. What advice would you have if you had the opportunity to give to like a rising freshman who's going to be a freshman next year entering the high school world? And more specifically, what do they need to look out for when it comes to things like that?
I would say just soak it all in. Just like enjoy your time here. It's not going to last forever. That's what, these last couple weeks, I'm trying to really be present in the moment because there's so much going on, so many deadlines, finals, all these tests and everything. And it's just really stressful. But amidst that, I'm just trying to soak it all in. And I would also go off that and kind of what they were saying in chapel, just to do hard things because that's just going to shape you up better for the world, better for college, and just better for everything you do in high school and everything. So definitely would play football. And that's probably one of the best things that's happened to me is playing football and just how that shaped me, and especially through you coming here, Coach Black.
Well, I appreciate that, Grant. And you speak of something that C.S. Lewis talked about, living in the moment. It's the only time that exists right now. You don't need to worry about the future or regret the past because those aren't now. It's just simply take advantage of this moment and do that moment by moment. And you'll have a fantastic life. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard.
Okay, Grant, this is your chance. What's one question you would love to ask Coach Black?
Get ready to edit.
Is this related to a certain backpack?
No, I have no knowledge of that. So I mean, something that the worldwide listeners would like. That's interesting to know.
I would ask you about if there's any fun stories from your football playing days that you'd like to share, if you can come up with one.
I know a couple, but
This is a family-friendly show.
Is there any family-friendly stories?
Oh, man. Let me think. Man,
don't go.
well, let me just say, it is my best memories are coaching football. I love it. And I'll just specifically speak to BCS. I've been here a very short time, but to echo what he said, I know this isn't a fun answer like you were looking for. I'm going to have to really think about that before I answer that question. But like Brian said, your development and how far you came. One of my greatest memories of you, I remember it's an end zone shot. I can't remember. It was not Shiner. Maybe it was Shiner. But anyways, I'm looking and Hunter's coming around the edge, and I'm thinking Hunter's about to just light up the quarterback, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like a freight train, you just destroy this kid. You know what I'm talking
Yes, sir.
about?
I remember that
And then he
play.
gets up and he's jumping around and holding his arm, and he's hurt. I was just like, that was a flash of just nasty that I liked about you. And it was awesome to see that. That's an incredible highlight. So on the football field, you personally, that's one of my greatest memories. But I'll think about your request and potentially find something to incorporate in this podcast going forward. So I'm not trying to avoid it.
I feel like you were practicing to be a politician there. Well, you got any departing words of wisdom, something fun, anything that you want to share with the crowd?
I can't really think of anything.
Okay.
Do you speak another language by chance?
You know, for 2 years of high school, I took Spanglish, and so
Spanglish.
I know a couple words, but no, sir.
Okay. Well, I was just saying, like, we have listeners all over the world, like we said earlier. So if you wanted to say something in a different language, there's a listener that could understand it.
I don't think that's my moment.
Oh, great. Grant, very happy for you. Very excited for what's ahead of you. I know you got a great future ahead of you. And hey, come back once in a while. Come back once in a while. Visit this guy. Visit us. Spread your knowledge. I mean, you've done a great thing here. So we're excited for what's ahead of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Grant Bain.
Thank you all very much for having me out today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Grant. Stay handsome.
Yes, sir.